Hey guys, we're going to do a walk along today out on a client property that I put together for him last year, and we're out here, as you can see, battling the wind today. The temperatures aren't bad, but the wind's 10-15 mile an hour, and we're still in the 20 degrees mark, so it's just pretty chilly. End of December here, and when I'm in the area, especially the folks that are around where I live, I always like to try to get back and certain projects, I'm able to check on, if you will, and just to see, because obviously this project here was done late summer, and I haven't been here since the leaves are off, and he kept in good contact with me through the deer season. Had good luck. They had killed the buck and during rifle season there, and but this is a parcel here, guys, that is I think the landowner would agree, if he's watching here, that we had talked about this before when I first did this analysis package, that this is a perfect example of having the knowledge of the goal set in place, that if it's going to be a TSI or a habitat improvement for whitetail, focused on whitetail, and then obviously all your game birds, everything benefit from that as well. This was a select cut, very, very heavy, as you can see behind me. It was cut real hard. Now there's a bunch of oaks on the north end of it here that we'll get to, that was not cut as hard. That was just kind of thinned out, and so we came through the logger that did it. Actually, they did a pretty good job. There was you can see some debris spots left in here. What I did, this is one of the ones that we put together, designed it and built it last year, and I was able to take the dozer in and build these benches like I'm walking on now, and that way when the regeneration actually comes back, he's ahead of the ball game, instead of cutting paths through there and kind of waiting a few years to get the process started. So this here is like I said, is one of those just one of those properties that I wanted to bring you along on, to show you the progression. After something's cut that hard, it can still be done, but we're coming up on one of the licking branches here that we did for them, and looks like scrape had been used quite a bit, and a couple good new rubs around it. You've got to take into consideration the timeline that you're looking for. He knew after he cut this as hard as they did, it was kind of a family effort, and they cut it pretty hard, and then obviously they want to continue to deer hunt it as well. He's got a father that's elderly, and so he kind of designed it to places that they could get him to easy and hunt. It's a beautiful piece of property. It's got a load of potential, but as far as the inspection that I'm doing today, walking this, looking, there's some more tree work that we can do on the hinge cut portion of it, because as you can see, when this all regenerates, you can see anything that red oak wise, a lot of maple that is regenerating just unbelievably, and it looks really good, but it's going to take a while. Anytime that you cut something that hard, it's going to take a while. So you need to know that after, like, this process that we're talking about, guys, of these videos that I'm putting out here to try to keep everybody with a set goal, an end goal, but also having acknowledging the fact that if you start the process with like a heavy cut like this, you're going to extend the process of getting that return on investment through the deer you're going to extend that a little bit longer than you would if you had the design and you cut the areas per non-deer areas, and still get your money out of the TSI improvements, but be able to hunt it in the meantime. This portion here is they did that in kind of just reverse. They cut that to get the money out of the timber up front, and then we went in and did the work. He didn't reach out to me until after the fact of logging, which is fine. It's just it's like I said, it all ties back to them videos that we're chatting about the goals and how quick you want to get there. This plot here that we're walking into had a lot of debris, you know, and a lot of these, after you do that, it's such a fight on where to clean up stuff. And that's no fault of the logger a lot of times, guys. It's because, you know, they're not here to do you know, clean up and you know, a lot of them are pretty handy with what they do now because of the equipment, but they're not here to take time to, you know, figure out where the deer are going to bed, you know, how you're going to get in and out of these plots and stuff. This piece here is 160 acres, and there was no plots on it at all when we started. So as you can see, this was a fall blend mix, and I planted it real hard with oats and rye. And the reason for that is the organic matter. We cleaned up a bunch of the debris, as far as the saw debris, and then you know, place the bedding areas on them, and then I planted it real hard. And now what he's got is he's got that debris gone, and when we're able to come in and you know, we're this year this property is going to shine. The plots are going to shine, especially because now he's got some organic matter to work with, and he's probably going to do the buffalo system, get some stuff started in here with that buckwheat, and be able to take it from there. But the point here on this video, and to end the point here, is if you go into something and you put a certain process before another, what this has happened is every one of these red oak stumps that I walk to, and it's regenerating great. Obviously there's no you know, canopy is not an issue. It's regenerating awesome with popple and the hardwood. But every one of these red oak stumps that I go to, excuse me, is browsed completely, gone, if not you know. So what that does is it spreads. It's great to see the browse, but it spreads your it completely spreads your habitat. Like this parcel here, you know, you take 20 acres of the oaks that they didn't cut real hard, but you know, you take 140 acres of your 160 and you spread the habitat across the entire parcel, and it takes a long time to get those transition areas and those travel routes put back in. And that's what we're doing now. Is my goal was last year, so we didn't have a fortune in tree work as far as the hinge cutting and stuff. My goal was to get in some structure on the ground to promote that bedding, and then we can come in, and as you can see here, there's some other trees that we can put down. But you know, placing that doe bedding like we did here on this plot had you know, brassicas in it. It had the rye, and then I planted it real strong with oats, and you can see that it's just destroyed. I mean, there's the deer numbers are great here in this spot, but you can see the tree work that I did for him behind it, you know, to try to get that structure on the ground. And but there's just, in this case, there's just not a lot of, you know, trees to work with. But you know, the good part of this project is the landowner knew that, and we just got my process now is to just help him get to his goal just as quick as he can. But this is just one of those parcels, guys, that I really felt strongly I wanted to. That's why I kind of did that video series on it last year. You know, that property is that 160 makeover there, and I brought you along with that is because just to show you how much it actually will cost a guy, a family, a hunter in general, how much it could cost you if you go about the process the wrong way, and you do a lot of the cutting first, and then with still wanting to, you know, be successful in the deer woods. So thanks for tuning in. This is a, like I said, this is a property that's close to home here, and great guy, and I'm going to help him do whatever I can because I feel that strongly about the property, what it has to offer. And I think this next couple of years are going to be great when this piece decides to, the regeneration decides to just take right off. And in the meantime, that's why I'm here today. I had a free Sunday and walking it for him here and giving him some feedback, and looks like we're gonna be doing some more. I'm gonna kind of give him an outline on what I recommend doing as far as more tree work, putting some more of that structure on the ground. And you can see here, I mean, the regeneration inside of these, the hinge cut that we did is great. It's just we need to get some more down on the ground. And then this summer, when we get into the spring of the year and the you know, this is kind of a view from the back side of the plot, but we get into the spring of the year and that regeneration really explodes and takes off. Then those deer will be able to relate to this a little bit more, and in the process of kind of understanding the layout, and going into next fall, it's going to be a powerful piece. But the like I said, the video that I wanted to do today, guys, is just to show you that, you know, the goal is nobody likes to you know, do a project, a home project, let's say, and then have to hire somebody else to come in and finish it, or you know, build a deck, let's say, and the next year come in and rebuild another portion of it, and take a partial of that off and add another, you know, set of steps. If the thought is you know, laid out ahead of time, it can save you a lot of money and speed up your deer process, your deer hunting process. So this is the time of the year to get out and inspect all this stuff. And he's not hunting this the rest of the season. That's why I wanted to stop here and take a tour. And so I'm pointing my nose back to the truck here, and gonna get warm. So appreciate you guys coming along. Gonna be a pretty powerful 2021 habitat season. Thanks, guys.